I have got a pen. Yes, that's from the first English lesson you ever took, and you were expecting an advanced English pronunciation lesson today. Well, let me tell you, you're not going to be disappointed because it's starting out basic, but we're going to get advanced, very advanced pretty soon. Let's go. Now, have, of course, you can contract it. I've got a pen. But there is more. What about in questions? Have you got a pen? You know that. But, and here's where it gets difficult, when native speakers are speaking quickly, they generally contract the have to of. Listen to this. Have you got a pen? 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 This of is called a weak form. So the strong form of the verb is have, and the weak form is of. Listen again. Have you got a pen? Notice I also used the weak form of you, which is ya. You is the strong form, and ya is the weak form. You use the weak form when the word is unstressed. If you stress have, or you stress you, or any word that takes a weak form, you do not use the weak form. If you get a pen, yes, that's okay. We're using the weak form because we're stressing the word pen. But if I say, have you got a pen? I'm stressing you, and to a lesser extent have, and so I'm not using any weak forms. Now let's look at some more examples. Have you met my new girlfriend? Have you met my new girlfriend? Have we got to go? It's so early. Put the pen down now. Have they been told the truth about the inheritance? You got it? Great. Now you try it. I'll say the slow version. You say the fast version. Okay? Let's go. Have you ever flown a kite? That's right. Have you ever flown a kite? Have you ever eaten papaya? Have you ever eaten papaya? Has, the third person singular, can also be reduced to us. Us is the weak form. Has you done the work yet? Has Bob won the lottery? I saw him driving a sports car. Now it's your turn. I'll say the slow version and you say the fast version with us. Has she arrived yet? That's right. Has she arrived yet? Has Dennis got a new job? Has Dennis got a new job? Has it been cancelled? Has it been cancelled? Has it been cancelled? Now that's the case in questions, but when else do we use this fast of? We use it in a sentence after a plural noun or two singular nouns or names. We'll say of when we speak quickly. For example, the men have finished the work. The men have finished the work. Men is a plural noun, so the fast version will be used of. The men have finished the work. I'll write it like that, but of course you can't write it like that in written English. The noodles have gone cold. Noodles is a plural noun, and have gone cold. The noodles have gone cold. These books have blown my mind. These books have blown my mind. Wow. They had an incredible effect on me to blow somebody's mind. The people have voted for a new president. The people have voted. Got two V sounds in a row there. The children have finished the assignment. The children have finished the assignment. Now it's your turn. I'll give the slow version and you give the fast version. Roger and Eleanor have run away together. You get it? Roger and Eleanor have run away together. Roger and Eleanor have run away together. The women have started a campaign. The women have started a campaign. The women have started a campaign. Now, a word about negatives. We don't normally make a weak form of haven't. We just say haven't. However, what you'll hear native speakers and fluent speakers doing sometimes is they'll say of, not, instead of haven't. It means exactly the same thing and both forms are used. So, for example, the dates haven't been decided yet. Okay? The dates have not been decided yet. The dates have not been decided yet. Did you hear the difference? Of course, haven't been is the only one you can use in written English. Now be careful, the of means have in these sentences. However, of can also mean of, okay? It's also the weak form of. So for example, I think of you often. I think of you often. A number of people. Now you have to tell if the of means have or of from the context. Common mistake, you can only give the contracted form of have or the fast version of when have is an auxiliary. Have is in fact not one but two verbs. Have is an ordinary verb to talk about possession. I have a fast car. This form of have cannot be contracted. You cannot say I've a fast car. You can say I've got a fast car. I'll get to that in a second. The second verb have is an auxiliary verb, and here you can always contract if it is followed by a past participle. So for example, I've lost my keys. That's okay because lost is a past participle. I've spoken to her. Spoken is a past participle, so you can put I've in front of it, or we've, or they've, or whatever. I've two sisters. Is that correct? No, two sisters is not a past participle, so you can't contract it. I've got two sisters. Is that correct? Yes, because got is a past participle. For possession in the negative, you can say I haven't got or I don't have. For example, I don't have any brothers or sisters, or I haven't got any brothers or sisters. Or if you don't want to contract, you could say I have not got any brothers or sisters. All are correct. Sounds a bit strange, but that's English grammar for you. I'm sure you already know some of the other contractions in English with have. We have would have, could have, should have, might have, but there are 2 points that you might not know. Firstly, there are what we call unwritten contractions. So will have is an example. It's never written like that, but we do say it. We will have finished by 6 p.m. Many of the unwritten contractions are what we call double contractions, and these always take the of form, and you can say them. We say them all the time, but we don't write them. For example, wouldn't have. Okay, never write that, but you can say it. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. Or shouldn't have. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. There are many others, such as he'd have, she'd have, we'd have, they'd have, I'd have. She'd have been here earlier, but she missed her train. By the way, these can be contracted even further, so I would have becomes I'd have, and then it's shortened again to I'da. I'd have done it yesterday if I'd had more information. For more on I'da, he'da, she'da, check out this video here. Finally, I want to tell you something that might sort of contradict everything I've just said in this lesson. You don't need to use contractions. If you continue saying, have you got a pen? That's perfectly okay. People will understand you. Language is about communication. It's about getting your message across as effectively as possible. It's not about mimicking native speakers. And here's the thing though, you need to recognize and understand these phrases, these fast speaking phrases, these weak forms, because we use them all the time. So if you want to understand conversations in English better with fluent English speakers, or if you want to understand TV shows and movies or series or whatever, whenever you're listening to the English language, and if you want to increase, you want to raise your level of comprehension, you need to understand them. You need to be aware of them. So I do encourage you to use them yourself too, because at the end of the day, these weak forms make it easier to pronounce English, not more difficult. They're there to make it easier, okay, because it sounds more natural to use them, okay, rather than making long sentences. You speed things up and it sounds more natural, more rhythmical. So try and use them, but if you don't want to or feel you're not ready to, don't be ashamed. It's fine. Just carry on speaking without contractions, but do understand them. Recognize when they're being used. I hope you found this video useful. Stay free, stay mellow. See you next time. Bye.